Hey, Seth? Do you have a minute? I had something I wanted to ask you about my wedding.
Oh, hi, Erica. I'm on my lunch break right now, so we can talk for a bit. Why are you coming to me, though? Wouldn't you be better off asking Mom about wedding stuff? I'm sure you're aware that me and my husband didn't have a regular wedding ceremony. We decided not to invest in that when we got married. So I'm not really sure how much help I can be if you have any questions about planning your own.
Well, it's not that I wanted to ask you about how to plan for it or anything. I just wanted to ask you something about who I'll be inviting.
What is it exactly? If it's hard to describe in writing, do you want to call instead?
No, I think I'd be better off saying it in a text message, if that's okay with you. It would probably be harder to say over the phone, actually.
Whatever floats your boat. Well, don't keep me in suspense any longer over here. What is it you want to ask?
Well, I told you that I was going to be quitting my job after I got married, right?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that. You're going to switch to a new position at your fiancé's dad's company, right? Some kind of big-name food company? I remember you said that that's the kind of industry you've always wanted to work in. Sounds like a good career move if you ask me. I remember you had your doubts even back when you first started at your current job, so getting married seems like a perfect time to make the change.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. My soon-to-be husband's dad is the current company CEO, you know? So in all likelihood, that means that when he retires, his son is going to be the one to take the reins of the company. So he's kind of like a really important person. So I was thinking that it would only make sense for big business executives and other important people to come to our wedding.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess that makes sense.
And so, don't take this the wrong way, okay? I'm not trying to be mean or anything here. If it were up to me, I wouldn't even be saying this.
Quit beating around the bush. Spit it out already. If you can't say it right now, just text me again later. I'll just go back to my lunch break if you're just going to waste my time here.
Sis, just wait a minute, okay? I'll tell you right now.
Well, what is it?
Well, my fiancé's dad and the rest of his family told me that they don't want to invite any unsuitable people to our wedding. They run a pretty major company, you know? There's probably going to be a couple people from the press covering this whole thing, whether we like it or not. So they have to worry about their public image, you know?
What are you trying to say?
Well, they kind of asked me not to invite you and your husband.
Did your future father-in-law really say that? I know you're about to be married into this super wealthy family and everything, but don't you think that's kind of unfair? We're your family too, aren't we? We deserve to be there as much as anyone else. I've never met your fiancé's dad, but I can't believe he'd seriously try to keep us out of the wedding like that.
Well, it's supposed to be a super high-class, glamorous event, you know? If a couple of the guests are obviously from lower-income homes with appearances to match, then it'd kind of clash with the rest of the atmosphere.
Is that what he said too?
I swear I'm not just saying this myself. Like I said, things would be completely different if it were up to me. I want you guys to come. I really do.
But really? Lower income? Does he think we're living on welfare or something? We both have full-time jobs and pay our taxes like anyone else.
But you two started your own business right after you finished high school, right? Neither of you even has a degree. If you ever applied to a real company, most of them wouldn't even give you the time of day. Especially not the big ones like where my fiancé works.
Suggesting that my husband and I's business isn't a real company is pretty rude, Erica. Either way, it's not like everyone who doesn't work at a major company like your fiancé's is totally destitute. Plenty of people make perfectly respectable livings as self-employed individuals. Some even build their fortune that way.
But most of them don't. Lots of independently founded businesses fail before long, and their founders are left without anything at all. Even if that hasn't happened to you guys yet, the public image associated with that career path just isn't very flattering. If your business flops, you won't have any other career paths open since you've only got a high school education. You won't be able to get hired anywhere else, so you'll end up working some dead-end part-time job or worse.
This is all stuff you heard from your fiancé's dad, right?
Right, of course. I don't actually believe any of that stuff, but that's just how he and his family see things.
I see. Well then, I think I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with him. It sounds like they have quite a few misconceptions about us and our business.
A conversation with who, exactly?
Your fiancé's parents, who are apparently so opposed to my husband and I coming to your wedding, of course.
That's really not a good idea, sis. I'm serious. There isn't anything you can say that will make them change their minds. You'll only make things worse if you try talking to them.
But didn't you say you wanted us to come?
Well, yeah, if it were up to me.
Well, then I feel like I should do my best to make that possibility into a reality.
I appreciate it, but I really don't think that anything good is going to come from you reaching out to them. Remember, this guy isn't just going to be my father-in-law, but my new boss, too. I'm starting a new job at their company as soon as we get married. So I'd really like to be on good terms with him, understand? I don't want to do anything to rock the boat right now. Please just let this one go, sis. I'm sorry. Try to understand that this is really hard for me, too. But I really need to think about my future here.
So you're just going to go along with whatever they say without putting up any resistance at all?
I'm sorry, sis. I promise I'll set aside an extra gift bag to give to you later as a souvenir, okay? After the wedding, we can even come over to you guys' place for dinner or something. That reminds me, you two moved a few months ago, didn't you? You still haven't told me your new address. It might be a bit late, but why don't we make it into a joint marriage celebration / belated housewarming party with the four of us?
So let me make sure I've got this straight. My husband and I can't attend my own sister's wedding ceremony. And the reason for this is that her fiancé's parents don't want us there, because they think that we're undesirable due to our academic and professional backgrounds. I'm sorry, but this really isn't making any sense to me. I think I better talk to them directly after all.
How do you plan on going about doing that? You don't have any of their contact information after all.
Don't worry about that. Just let me handle this in my own way.
Please, wait, sis! I'm telling you, whatever you're planning isn't a good idea. I told you I don't want to stir up any trouble here. I'm being serious here. I understand if your feelings are hurt, but please just respect their wishes.
Okay, fine. I promise I won't do anything to stir up any trouble with your future in-laws.
Oh, thank you, sis.
Hello, Mr. Sharpton. I hope you are doing well. Do you have a moment?
Of course. This is about work, I presume. I must extend my sincere thanks for agreeing to enter into a contract with our esteemed company.
My husband and I were quite impressed with the enthusiasm displayed by your company's salespeople. You certainly seem to have some remarkably good employees under your wing.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. I'll be sure to send your regards to our sales department.
Setting that aside for now, I wanted to speak to you about our contract.
Oh dear, is there some sort of problem with it? I promise I'll have one of our managers sort it out right away.
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with the contract itself. But it sounds like you've arbitrarily decided that my husband and I are undesirable because we're self-employed with nothing more than high school diplomas. If that's the case, I wanted to ask whether or not you'd rather cancel the contract entirely. This isn't a question for your managers, but for you as the CEO, Mr. Sharpton.
I'm sorry? I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
You are aware that my younger sister will be marrying your son, yes?
Of course. It was when our families met for the first time that we exchanged business cards, which eventually led to our current business relationship. I owe my son a great debt of thanks for making this all possible. The wedding is sure to be a splendid affair, and I'm truly looking forward to it.
Well, I just spoke to my sister who lamented that she had been told not to invite us, because we weren't up to the standards of high status expected of the guests at such an occasion.
Who on earth told her something so outrageous?
Were you not aware of this, Mr. Sharpton?
I most certainly was not. The planning of the wedding was to be left entirely to my son and Erica. I had agreed to offer them some financial support for the festivities, but my wife and I both agreed not to meddle in their affairs.
That's understandable.
So I have no idea where Erica heard such a load of hogwash. My wife and I are very much looking forward to the wedding ceremony. I would expect that the same is true for Erica's family members, so I can't fathom any reason why you, as her older sister, would not be welcome, Nicole.
I'm very glad to hear you say that, sir. It seems like my suspicions were right all along.
Your suspicions?
Oh, don't mind that. It's nothing for you to be concerned about, sir. Is it all right if I just add one more thing?
Please, go right ahead.
If it happens that you don't see me or my husband on the day of the wedding, would you be willing to rethink allowing your son to marry my sister?
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
If you don't, I'm afraid I'll have to nullify our contract.
Please, wait just a moment. What exactly is this about, Nicole?
I'll give you a more detailed explanation if that is what ends up happening. I wouldn't want to color your judgment before we know how things will go. I think it would be best for you to see the outcome without any preconceived notions.
I still don't understand what it is you're talking about, but very well.
For now, let's just assume that everything will go as planned, and the wedding will be a joyous time for all involved.
Sis, why didn't you listen to me? I told you the groom's father didn't want you to come to the wedding, didn't I?
Don't you think it's appropriate for your own family to be at your wedding?
The ceremony itself is a private event, so I guess that's okay. But a lot more people are going to show up once the reception starts. A bunch of people from his company will be here, plus some super important business partners and clients of his. You can stay for the ceremony, but I'm begging you, please stay out of the reception. You and your husband should just head straight home.
Let me just confirm something with you. The groom's father is the one rejecting us today, correct?
I'm sorry, sis. I really didn't want to have to do this to you. And I don't want to sound like I'm blaming it all on his dad either. I hope that once we get past this, we'll all be able to get along as one big family. I really don't want this to leave you with any bad impressions of him or his parents. That's why this has been so hard for me, too. Right now, I feel like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. You're my sister, and I love you. But I also don't want to ruin this for my new husband either.
So you're doing what you think is best for me, then?
Of course.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, obviously. What are you saying? I love you, and I don't want you to get chewed out by my new father-in-law. I wish you could be at the reception, but there's going to be all sorts of rich, important people there. You'll only get the evil eye from everyone if you show your face there. I don't know how I'll explain it to everyone else if you and your husband are just walking around like you're on their level. So please, head home as soon as the ceremony's over, okay?
Erica, can you be honest with me? I'm giving you a chance here. Is it really the groom's father who doesn't want us to attend the wedding reception? Or is it really you?
I swear on my life it's him.
Then maybe I'll just go up and give him a piece of my mind. He's sitting in front of me right now.
Wait, what?
All the relatives are in the same waiting room right now, and everyone's introducing themselves to each other.
Wait, sis, don't do that.
Why not? Because I'll find out that you're the real reason that you don't want my husband and me at the wedding reception. Enough beating around the bush, Erica. Stop trying to pin this on somebody else.
What the heck are you talking about?
You're still trying to play dumb? This isn't even the first time you've done something like this. Ever since we were kids, you'd always act like you were just repeating something someone else said instead of taking responsibility for your own words. You'd use some roundabout excuse to keep your image sparkly clean.
That's not true at all.
I still remember how you used to tell Mom things like, "Nicole said she doesn't want pizza for dinner tonight." Or how you told your friends that I said you shouldn't hang out with them anymore. You'd always act like the unfortunate bearer of bad news when really you were just making it look like I was the bad guy. All because you wanted to avoid responsibility for your own selfish thoughts.
I'm telling you, none of that's true. I've never done that, even once.
Do you really think I hadn't noticed? Because you'd spread lies like that around. I ended up scorned by everyone in our school, and all my friends ditched me. That's why I left home as soon as I graduated. I wanted to get as far away from you as possible so I could get my life back on track. So, now that I've got that off my chest, how about you? Feel like being honest yet?
I don't think a runaway who's barely making more than minimum wage with her scuzzy husband has any right to be at my wedding.
Aha, there it is. It looks like I was right all along. That's how you really felt.
You two never even went to college. What right do you have to sit with everyone else at this kind of fancy wedding? Everyone here is on a whole different level from you. Don't you get it? I'm about to marry the son of one of the most important businessmen in the country. My new luxurious life is just about to get started. It'd be way too embarrassing to have a pair of borderline charity cases like you two clinging to me at a time like this. But of course, you wouldn't know anything about shame, would you?
So you're embarrassed to call me family. Is that what you're saying?
Obviously. Who wouldn't be embarrassed to have an uneducated loser like you in their family? Just take your pathetic husband and get out of here already.
I guess we'll cancel our contract then.
What? Contract? What the heck are you talking about? What contract?
The contract my husband and I had with the company that your groom's father runs.
What? What do you mean? What kind of contract?
What kind of company was it that he's the CEO of again?
They're a food and beverage company. They own several restaurant chains, import different foods from overseas, produce all kinds of frozen and shelf-stable foods, and more. It's no exaggeration to say they're single-handedly keeping the country fed. I'll be working in their new division that's developing utensils and kitchen appliances.
I take it you're aware of their new line of frozen products they'll be distributing to grocery and convenience stores next year, then?
Of course! I may not work there yet, but I was given a full primer on the complete new product lineup and development roadmap.
Well, my husband and I are the ones who designed those products.
Wait, what? How is that possible?
Oh, have I never told you, Erica? My husband and I run our own restaurant.
A restaurant?
During our work, we came up with a whole menu of low-fat, high-protein dishes. We share the recipes publicly on our own YouTube channel. We don't show our faces in our videos, but our channel and restaurant have both become quite popular for people trying to diet.
You guys run a restaurant and have your own YouTube channel? Wait, are you the ones my fiancé was talking about? He said the company had finally secured a contract with a couple of highly renowned chefs after nearly 5 years of discussions. He also showed me some of their YouTube recipes so we could both diet a bit and be in better shape by the time of our wedding. You mean that was you guys?
Yep, that sounds like us. We had a deal with that company to develop 2 new lines of products. One based on our restaurant's classic menu, and another based on the diet recipes in our YouTube videos. But I guess I'll have to cancel the contract once I get home today.
Wait, you're kidding, right? You never told me any of this before.
Well, you never asked in the first place. You only knew that we were self-employed and didn't go to college, and assumed that we were running some crummy business out of our apartment.
Well, what was I supposed to think? Nobody without college education could ever hope to score such a big deal with a major company. Self-employed usually doesn't have a great connotation, you know. Besides, you guys didn't even have your own wedding, and I've never seen you wearing any nice clothes or jewelry. Do you even own a car? Of course, I didn't think you actually had those kinds of business connections.
I've never been all that interested in jewelry or high fashion. As for our wedding, we just decided we'd have our own private ceremony. We actually held it in Hawaii as the first leg of our honeymoon.
Hawaii? What do you mean, first leg?
We ended up traveling all around the world after that. We sampled all sorts of food in different countries, which gave us plenty of ideas for our own restaurant.
You traveled all around the world? You mean you went globetrotting?
More or less, yeah. We were all over the place. France, Germany, South Africa, India, China, Japan, Thailand, Mexico, Brazil. It was really eye-opening seeing all of their different national cuisines. I ate all sorts of things I could never dream of having at home.
Wait, really? Didn't it cost a ton of money to do all that traveling?
Well, it certainly cost more than a charity case could afford. Well, I'll be heading home now. I'll let you enjoy your wedding and deal with the fallout later.
Wait, sis! Hold on a sec. I totally had the wrong idea. I'm sorry I didn't know better. You're one of the CEO's business partners, right? Then you absolutely should be here. I'll be in serious trouble if he hears that I kicked you out. Sis? Are you there? Nicole, I'm so sorry. I really messed up. Please forgive me.
Even if I forgave you, I already did what I said I would.
It's been like living in a nightmare ever since you left today. My fiancé's dad decided to cancel the wedding ceremony, and he's been totally fuming at me since. My fiancé even said he was rethinking whether we should even get married at all.
I'm glad to hear they took my advice.
Advice? What do you mean?
I told his dad that he should rethink his son marrying you if I didn't end up attending the wedding.
Why would you do that, sis?
I didn't want the poor guy to rush into marrying you without knowing the kind of person you really are, that's all. But it's not like I said anything about you to him directly. I didn't even tell him that you told me not to come to the wedding, or that you tried to put the blame for that on him.
Then why did you tell him about it after?
I wasn't going to, as long as you didn't try to actually kick me out on the day of the wedding.
What?
Serves you right.
Do you have any idea what you've done? Right after you left, my fiancé and his dad were breathing down my neck in the wedding hall's lobby, demanding to know what was going on. They were furious that the business deal they finally landed after 5 years of negotiations had just gone up in smoke.
You're going to be joining their company, right? I told them that while cuisine is an important household form of communication, they'd be hiring someone who disrespects the family that provided her with that household in the first place. I also informed them that their new hire had a tendency to lie about others for the sake of their own interests. In the end, I regretfully had to inform them that we wanted no further business with a company who hires such employees.
Well, thanks to you, I got chewed out by all the other execs that came to the meeting. And now I'm not getting hired after all. And I doubt my old job will take me back at this point either. What am I supposed to do?
Sounds to me like you're getting your just desserts, sis.
What is your problem? Now I've got no job, possibly no husband, and I've got this huge debt for canceling the reception that I can't pay. Do you have any idea how much money I owe them now? I didn't even get any kind of gratuities from anyone to help cover it. How am I supposed to pay it off by myself?
Seems like a fitting punishment.
They told me that someone who spreads lies and misinformation could never hope to work for them.
What goes around comes around.
What is with you?
Everything you're complaining about is a result of your own actions coming back to bite you in the ass. I don't think you've got any right to come whining to me about your current predicament just because you were too stupid to see it coming. It's not my problem to fix.
You're my sister, aren't you? Help me out here. Talk to the CEO and explain how this was all a big misunderstanding. Help me save face.
I'd love to, but I don't have time for that right now. I need to work on editing videos for our YouTube channel. Then later, I need to go pick up some ingredients for the restaurant.
I'm sorry, okay? I apologize for everything. At least rethink canceling the contract. I'm begging you. If you just do that, it might be enough for me to get my job back.
Sorry, Erica, but I'm not going to do that just because you're my sister. You've got to learn to take responsibility for your own actions.
Sis, please!
I guess even after all that money Mom and Dad spent on your college education, you didn't end up learning anything important, huh?
I'll do anything you want, Nicole. I promise I'll never ask you for anything ever again. I need this marriage to work out. I've already made all sorts of sacrifices for it. Are you there, sis? Please come back. I'm sorry. Sis!
Erica had planned to register the marriage after the actual wedding, but since it ended up canceled, the marriage didn't happen at all. All she was left with was the debt from the last-minute cancellation of the wedding reception. Of course, she wasn't able to get her job at the groom's company, and wasn't able to get her old job back either. She asked our parents if she could move back in with them while she looked for a new place to work, but they refused. Some of Erica's friends who had shown up early overheard the commotion in the lobby, and have since put some distance between her and them as well. The last I heard of her, she had moved into a cheap apartment in some other city. As for my husband and I, we decided the following month to go through with the contract after all, and our products are back on track to hit store shelves next year. I wonder if Erica will spot them when she's out grocery shopping. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave us a like and let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell for notifications if you want to see more videos like this one. Well then, we'll see you in the next video.
Hello? Is this Sarah's number? I'm looking for Sarah. My name is Nancy, and I need to speak with Sarah. I have a very important matter to discuss with her immediately.
Yes, I'm Sarah. And you're Nancy, you say?
Yes, that's right.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anyone by that name.
No, of course you don't. There's no reason why you would know me. No reason at all. That's why I'm reaching out to you, to make sure that you know who I am from now on, because we have something in common. You wouldn't have any reason to know me before this.
I see. So where do you know me from, Nancy? I'm a little confused. And what is this urgent matter that you need to speak with me about?
Right. Those are good questions, and I'm glad you asked. This conversation won't go anywhere without me introducing myself in more detail. Then I think you'll understand the situation. The most important thing that you need to know about me is that I'm Mickey's girlfriend.
What? Excuse me, did you say Mickey?
Yep, your husband Mickey. Maybe you don't call him that, but I'm sure that we're talking about the same person. Well, I call him Mickey anyway. It's a term of endearment. I like the sound of it.
I'm not sure.
That's right! Mickey and I are even hanging out together right now. He's over here at my place right this very moment.
So, let me make sure that I'm understanding you correctly and there's no mistake. You're telling me that my husband, Mickey, has been cheating on me with you.
Yep, that's pretty much the size of it. You have it correct. It's a pretty straightforward situation.
Straightforward? Not really, but okay. Then my first question is, why on earth would you want to tell me about all this? That's not usually how these things go.
Oh, there's a very good reason for that. Do you remember Mickey's high school reunion about 6 months ago?
Yes, I remember him getting an invitation to that reunion. We talked about it at the time.
He and I have been together ever since then. That reunion was the beginning of our star-crossed love affair. Long story short, I picked your husband up at the reunion and now he belongs to me. It was just meant to be. We were meant to be together.
Wait a minute. You say that you picked him up at the high school reunion. That was where you met him. My husband.
Yep. And now here's the really important part. Please pay attention. I'm pregnant with Mickey's baby. So you need to let him divorce you ASAP. Is that clear?
What? Let's rewind a little here. Did you say pregnant? You're pregnant. And that my husband is the father. You're claiming that you're carrying his baby. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. It's really pretty simple. So when are you going to divorce him and let us be together? There's no time to lose on this, so please don't try to complicate the situation. I'm 6 months pregnant, so I'm having this baby. And my baby needs a daddy. I want to marry Mikey before that happens. I'm sure you understand, right? It's for my unborn child, not for me.
Nancy, there's one thing that we need to address before we go any further here. This is a very important point, so let's make sure that we both are on the same page right now.
What is it? There really isn't much more that I should have to say about this. Like I said, it's very simple.
Well, it's a pretty important point, and here it is. As far as I can recall, my husband didn't go to that reunion.
Huh? What do you mean? Of course he did. I told you that's where we met.
He was really busy with work around that time, and he responded to the organizer that he couldn't make it. I remember that very clearly.
Oh, is that so? How convenient for you. Look, I get that you don't want to lose your husband, but making up a story like that isn't going to make any difference. Denying reality doesn't change it. It only makes you look mentally unstable. And if that's true, how do you explain the relationship that Mikey and I have now? There's no denying what we have together. He and I are totally in love, and we're gonna have a baby together. There's no denying that reality either. And that's why I'm getting in touch with you in the first place. I could have just stole him from you without a word, but I'm reaching out and giving you fair warning.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I know for a fact that my husband did not attend that reunion. I'm absolutely sure of this fact.
You know, I hate to break it to you, but it sounds a lot like that's what he told you, but then he actually did go.
No, I promise you that that's not what happened. I guarantee it. I was with him all day on the day of that reunion. The entire day and the evening, too.
Yeah, right. Now you're getting into truly absurd territory. A human being can be in two places at once. Your story is getting more ridiculous by the minute. He couldn't possibly have been with you because he was with me. It's crystal clear that you just don't want to face up to the reality that Mickey is mine now and you've lost him. Your lies are totally transparent.
I've told you only what I know to be true, Nancy. I don't have any reason to lie about any of this. On the contrary, it's you who needs to stop saying things that you know are false, like what you just said a few minutes ago. That's a perfect example.
Excuse me? What are you accusing me of now? Lying?
A little while ago, you said that my husband was with you, did you not? This is just a flat-out lie. Unfortunately for you, my husband was with me all day, right up until just a few minutes before I received your first text. We were also together all night last night, sleeping right next to each other in the same bed at the same time that we always do. So there's no way that he was with you when you said he was, because, like you said, a person can't be in two places at once.
But that's just not possible. I know what I know and I'm not crazy. Mickey was with me during those times. He was. There's no question about that and I can even prove it.
Okay, if you insist, have it your way. I can see that we're not getting anywhere here, so you just go ahead and believe what you want to believe. I'll just have to leave it at that for now. I have things to do and I can't keep going round in circles with you on this. Have a good evening. I wish I could say that it was nice meeting you.
Hey, don't just disappear. This is a very important situation we're talking about. This isn't going away just because you're in denial. Don't treat me like I'm crazy or lying. You'll regret it if you do. I promise you, we'll be talking again soon.
Mike, are you free right now? I think you're probably on lunch break, right? It's been a weird morning. We need to talk. Please message me when you see this.
Hey, honey, what's up? What's going on? Everything okay? You sound stressed out.
Yeah, I'm fine, but I have a weird question. Okay, here goes. Did you attend your high school reunion 6 months ago? You didn't go to that, right?
Huh? Wow, that's so random. Why do you ask? I definitely didn't go to that. I remember replying to the organizer that I couldn't go. I was bummed out about it, but I just couldn't go. You remember that too, right? We talked about it at the time.
I know, right? Okay, that's exactly what I thought and how I remember it.
What's going on? Why are you suddenly asking me about this?
It's because I got a really weird text this morning.
What kind of weird text? What's going on?
Someone named Nancy texted me. She says that you and her were classmates back then. Do you know her?
Wait, she said her name was Nancy? Oh, wow. Well, that's a blast from the past.
Oh, so you do know her.
Yeah, I knew her. She was in my class, so of course I knew her. It wasn't a big class. But
But what?
All I can say is that she was not a nice person. Not someone who you would want to be friends with, believe me. I'm pretty sure that all my classmates would say the same thing about her. And to make things worse, she was kind of fixated on me, and not in a good way. She teased and humiliated me relentlessly, like it was her mission in life or something.
Oh, wow. The plot thickens. That's really different from the picture she painted in her text this morning. I'm actually wondering now if we're even talking about the same person.
What? What kind of things is she saying? This is completely out of left field.
Well, she told me a few things. For starters, she says that she's 5 months pregnant and that you're the father.
What? You can't be serious. I'm speechless. That is completely ridiculous. There is zero truth to that at all. Zero. It is totally impossible. Not even remotely plausible. I haven't seen her once since high school. Not once. And even back then, I was never involved with her in that way. How on earth could I possibly have gotten her pregnant? Something is very wrong here.
Okay, honey. Calm down. I'm not accusing you of anything. I know you haven't been cheating on me with her. I mean, your alibi is rock solid anyway, so don't worry about that.
Okay, yeah, you're right about that. Okay, I'm calming down now. But this is truly bizarre, though. And wow, all we need is another crisis right now. Good grief.
What do you mean? Is there something else going on? What's up?
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it when you come home. I don't have the time for it right now. In a nutshell, it sounds like my dad is cheating on my mom. At least, that's what it sounds like.
Whoa. Seriously? I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I got a text from Mom this morning while I was driving to work. She's pretty upset, needless to say.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that if it's true.
I'm supposed to talk to her tonight, so I'll find out more then, I guess. If it's okay, I want you to be in on that conversation too. Will you do that for me?
Of course. No problem. I'm here for you, sweetie. Hey, my coworker is calling me. I better go now.
Okay, we'll talk more at home later. See you then.
Sounds good. Sorry for bothering you on your lunch break. Thanks.
Hey, Sarah! Did you talk to Mickey? How did that go? I'm dying to know. Have you accepted the truth now? That you've heard it straight from the horse's mouth?
Yes, I talked to my husband. It was very enlightening.
Great! And? You two must have already decided on the divorce and everything, right? Should be pretty straightforward to get it done quickly.
Actually, no, that's not how the conversation went. First things first. My husband tells me that he hasn't seen you since high school.
Huh? He said what?
He also says that he absolutely did not attend that reunion and that he has no recollection of doing anything with you that could have resulted in you getting pregnant. And furthermore, he tells me that he doesn't have very fond memories of you from high school either. You were quite the terror, according to him.
Excuse me? You have a lot of nerve. Just how many insults do you expect me to endure? This is just slander.
Insults? This is nothing of the kind. Insults are what you did to my husband back in high school, according to what he told me. It sounds like you were really fixated on him back then. Why on earth would he get involved with someone that he only has bad memories of, let alone get her pregnant?
Look, the past is just that. The past. Mickey loves me for who I am today, right now. He's not holding any grudges about that old stuff, and neither am I. I mean, I deserve a man like him who has a great job at a big company and makes $300,000 a year. That's the right kind of man for me, and I finally found him. So I saw him and I took him. Sorry, not sorry for taking what I deserve.
Oh, you took him, huh? That's an interesting choice of words.
I'm losing my patience with you. You still just don't want to accept the truth, apparently. If you're gonna take that kind of smug attitude with me, my only option is to show you this.
This...
How do you like me now? No condescending response to this? Come on, I'm waiting. This should be the final word on whether or not I'm telling the truth.
This is...
Just admit defeat and accept the truth already. And get moving on that divorce discussion. Time is of the essence.
Look, there's something you really need to know, Nancy. The guy in that photo with you isn't my husband. It's his dad, my father-in-law.
Huh? Come again?
Yep, there's no mistake. I'm looking at it closely now, and it's definitely my father-in-law. My husband is sitting next to me right now, and he's also saying that that's his dad with you. So, there you have it.
Wait, that makes no sense. That can't be true. There's no way. I know who I've been with, and it's not your father-in-law. Something isn't adding up here at all.
My husband and his dad definitely look alike. That's what everyone always says. They've actually been mistaken for twins before. But this photo is his dad. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, my husband is right here with me and he agrees. That's his dad that you're talking about.
Look! I told you already that I met Mickey at our high school reunion and we went home together. Why would his dad be at that reunion instead of Mickey himself? That makes no sense at all. None!
Oh, wait. Hang on a minute. It looks like my mother-in-law just texted us some important information about this situation. Let me read this and get back to you in a bit.
Your mother-in-law? What's going on?
Thanks for waiting. I'm back. We needed to get some facts straight on this end.
Well, you took long enough. That was pretty rude. You can't just leave a person hanging like that, you know? This is a critical situation.
Yeah, sorry about that. It couldn't be helped. Okay, now let me fill you in on what we know at this point.
What is it now? I'm getting tired of this runaround.
Okay, here it is. The man you've been seeing is my husband's father, just as we suspected. His name is Michael, and he does go by Mickey sometimes, like you said that you like to call him.
Huh? His proper name is Michael. So what?
Yes. And his son, my husband, is also Michael. He also goes by Mike these days, but I know that he used to go by Mick or Mickey sometimes when he was a kid. They both have the same name, and it's easy to see how their nicknames could be confusing too, even for me. You kept talking about Mickey, and you said that you knew each other back in school. So, I thought you might have known him back in the era when he sometimes went by that nickname, and it never occurred to me that you were actually talking about his father.
Hang on a minute. What are you telling me? This still makes no sense. I met Mickey at our reunion. He was at our high school reunion. And not just that, I've looked at his phone and he has your number in his favorites with your name and wife next to it. How do you explain that? Tell me, please.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that he has wife next to my name, meaning that I'm his son's wife. That seems like the most likely explanation for that because, I promise you, I am not married to him. From everything that we've gathered so far, it looks like my father-in-law actually went to my husband's high school reunion posing as his own son. My husband hasn't kept in touch with any of his high school friends, so he had no idea that any of this was going on. It's all news to him, just like it was to me.
What? I don't understand. This is completely unbelievable. I don't believe any of this for a second.
Okay, let me lay this whole scenario out for you, and I think you'll see the big picture. First of all, my husband and I live 3 hours away from there by car now, in case you didn't know.
Really? You're that far from here?
Yeah, his job transferred him here a year ago on a long-term assignment, and we've been here ever since. It's been a very busy year here, and we haven't even been back to visit his folks since we made the move here. So, when the reunion invitation arrived, Mike intended to reply that he wouldn't be attending because his work was so busy and the distance is just too far. But here's where things get messy.
Messy? What do you mean by that?
The invitation went to Mike's parents' place, not to our place. That's the address that the reunion organizer had for him. Mike's dad told us about it at the time, and Mike asked him to reply that Mike wouldn't be able to attend. He told us that he would do that, and we thought that he sent it, but...
Oh no? And he didn't send it?
That's right, he didn't send it. Instead, he decided to have a little fun, apparently. He sent the reply, but it said that Mike would attend. And then, being the young-looking guy that he is and looking so similar to his son, he went to the reunion himself. Then he met you at the reunion, you mistook him for his son, and the rest is history. Which brings us to right here and right now. That's the way it all happened as far as we can tell. Does that make sense?
What? How did this happen? This is ridiculous. All this was just me getting punked? I don't even know what to say.
Well, not exactly. He says that he didn't intentionally deceive you. Apparently, Michael the father announced the whole thing to everyone there as soon as he made his entrance.
What? He what?
Yes, apparently it was a big hit and everyone had quite a laugh about it too. So we just stayed and enjoyed the event.
So, in other words, you're telling me that...
It sounds like maybe you were the only one who wasn't in on the joke, Nancy. Maybe you were in the restroom when it happened.
No, that can't be. That's just not possible.
Also, it seems that Michael the father also told you the truth about who he was before anything happened between the two of you.
That's not true. He certainly did not.
And your response was to cheerfully tell him that you didn't care and that the two of you should go somewhere more private. He says that you were very, very eager and that you wouldn't take no for an answer.
Well...
It sounds like my father-in-law really hit the jackpot that night, bagging a girl 25 years younger than himself.
25 years? He's that old? No way!
Well, he has a son who's the same age you are, so 25 years should be just about right. It could be more, actually.
I can't even! He's old enough to be my own father! How did this happen? What am I going to do? This is a disaster! It's all a bit of a blur. Things were getting pretty crazy, and I thought he was just putting up some resistance because he didn't want to cheat on his wife. I never dreamed that it was anything other than that. He was not only cheating on his wife, he's also old enough to be my dad.
Well, you have to admit, you're not the only one who's caught up in this mess. My father-in-law is in a bad position, too. After all, he does have a wife, and he got involved with you anyway. And now you're pregnant and asking him to get divorced for you.
No, thanks. That's not going to be happening.
What? What happened?
I don't want any part of getting married to that old man. I was fooled. I want Mike. He's age appropriate. I want the son. He's the one for me. I still want you to divorce your husband, but this time it's the right husband. Give your husband to me. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Sorry, he says no thanks to that. You weren't his type in high school, and apparently you're still not. He's sitting right next to me now and giving you thumbs down. So, sorry.
I just can't win. Why do these things always happen to me?
Oh, and by the way, I do have a message for you from my mother-in-law. She wants me to tell you that if you want to marry that loser, he's all yours, because she'll be divorcing him immediately. But you also should know that he's been broke and unemployed for more than 7 years now. I bet he didn't tell you that, did he?
Unemployed? How can that be? He has money.
My in-laws have been living entirely on the money that my mother-in-law makes as a property manager for years now. But once they're divorced, that will be over and my father-in-law will have no source of income whatsoever. And while he may look a lot younger than he is, finding decent work at his age will be challenging to say the least. Age discrimination is illegal, but it's still a real thing, unfortunately.
Why me?
Plus, he may very well be on the hook for alimony or other money, depending on how the lawyers settle things between him and my mother-in-law. And not only that, but you're gonna have a baby and all the expenses that go along with that. If you two get married, you're almost certainly gonna be without a breadwinner in the household.
I can't even. This is a nightmare.
Anyway, best of luck to you both. It really is a match made in heaven. So, the end result of my father-in-law's outrageous behavior and Nancy's plan to steal my husband was that two people who were clearly made for each other had finally found each other. After my mother-in-law divorced him, he and Nancy did end up tying the knot, what with the baby on the way and all. I'll give credit where it's due. My father-in-law may be a philanderer, but he took responsibility for his actions, which a lot of men wouldn't. But, as expected, the work that he was able to find was extremely limited, and Nancy ended up being the one who brought in the money. So after having the baby, she had her parents handle the childcare while she worked full-time. It was the only option. Having been told by Nancy's parents that, while they would take care of the baby, the newlyweds were on their own financially, Nancy and Michael, the father, moved into a tiny rundown apartment near the bus station downtown. The moral of this story? Well, first of all, don't get too drunk at high school reunions, because you might end up pregnant by and married to your classmate's dad. At least that's what I learned from all this. Your mileage may vary.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to click the like button and give us your opinion in the comments section below. See you in the next video.
Please tell me that this is some kind of joke, right? I mean, it's too much. What kind of house is that? I mean, really?
Hi there, Kim. May I ask why you were texting me outside of work hours?
Yeah, I'm not really texting you about work at all. But no one says that I'm not allowed to text you whenever I want.
Yeah, I guess that is true. So, can I ask just what is so funny?
I just mean that I saw your house and man, what a dump.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean that I happened to see you going into your home. I wasn't following you or anything like that, but man, I have to say that I'm really surprised.
So you think that you know where I live now, do you?
Yeah. The truth is that I saw you walking on the street and just followed you for a little bit out of curiosity.
I thought you just said that you weren't following me, though.
It doesn't really matter. But what does is just how poor you are. I mean, I figured that you didn't have that much money, but wow, you are seriously in a bad way. I would have thought that you could have afforded to live at least a little better with our pay. Don't tell me you've got a bunch of debt or something.
Is my house really that bad?
Of course it is. It's a total dump. I mean, it looks like it's about to fall apart at any moment. That's the kind of house you just take one look at and feel bad for whoever lives there. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a house quite like yours.
I really don't think that it's as bad as you're making it out to be, really.
Wow, do you really think so? Then even your taste is poor if you actually think that house is all right.
If you say so.
No one would guess, since you show up to work in a suit every day. But now I have to guess that you probably just got your suit from Goodwill or some kind of really discounted clothing store, right? The true sign of a really poor person.
Well, I actually did get my suit from an outlet, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's comfy, and that's really all that matters. Besides, I really don't care that much about expensive brands or anything like that.
Don't make excuses. It is probably just that you wouldn't even be able to tell the brands apart if someone showed them to you. You're nothing like me. I mean, obviously, I'm the daughter of a CEO. My dad has almost infinite money.
Are you going on about that again now?
That's right, I am. I was born into wealth and have lived around it for my entire life. It's a completely completely different world than some poor person like you could ever imagine living in. I mean, you ought to be thankful that you even get to work in the same office and breathe the same air as I do. The least you can do is try to be helpful to me around the office.
Huh, I see. Well, thank you for sharing your life story with me. But I don't really understand what it is that you're trying to say. Either way, I'm about to meet some friends and have got to leave, so...
Wait, what did you just say? You can't just walk away from a conversation with me. I wasn't done with you. Ugh, so you're poor and you're rude. Hey, you have got some real explaining to do. You know that?
Oh, hi there, Kim. I didn't see you earlier when I arrived. You were outside taking a smoke break or something.
It really isn't any of your business what I was doing, actually.
Well, Nancy was looking around for you. Just thought you should know.
And just why should I care about what some old hag like her wants with me? But what I want to know is, did you really get the contract with A Corp?
A Corp? Yeah, I did actually. Why do you ask?
But I heard that they were super stubborn and difficult to deal with. How did you do it?
I was just honest with them about our company's intentions and what we wanted to hire A Corp to do, and they listened to what I had to say. Then they agreed.
I don't believe this. But whatever. I want to take over their file. Do you understand me?
Sorry, what?
I mean that I want you to drop by my desk and give me every file you have on them because they are my client now.
Wait, hold on. You can't be serious. I mean, I got that contract through my own hard work. You didn't do anything for this client, and you expect me to just hand them over to you?
You know, you are putting up an awfully big fight for someone so poor.
I don't really see how that has anything to do with our work or how we should split things up.
Have you forgotten that my dad is friends with our CEO? In fact, he is the CEO of A Corp, aka the company you just sealed the deal with.
Okay. And? What do you want me to do with that information?
Are you just pretending, or are you actually that stupid? Never mind, you're so poor that I already know the answer. You listen to me, and you listen good. I am rich, which means that I have power over poor people like you. Do you understand? Basically, what that means is that you have to do what I say. And if you don't, then you'll be fired.
Oh, so that's what you mean. Sorry, I didn't understand. But I'm afraid that I can't just hand over my client just like that.
What are you talking about? Why not?
Well, not to brag, but the thing is that the representative from A Corp chose to sign the contract because he took a liking to me. Do you understand? So if we just change over who is managing their account, then we have a good chance of losing their business.
Oh, is that all you're worried about? Nah, it'll be fine. Trust me.
And just what makes you say that?
Well, because it's me that we're talking about here. Duh! I'm rich and the daughter of their CEO. There is no way they wouldn't want their case handled by me. I mean, if a poor idiot like you could charm this person, then I'm sure a rich, beautiful girl like me could too, right?
Wow. I really just don't even know where to start with that one.
I can't think of a single man on earth who wouldn't want to do business with a girl like me.
I really think that you're jumping to some conclusions here.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no problems here. It's fine.
Well, my counterpart in A Corp is a woman.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that?
Well, the first person I had to talk to over at A Corp was a guy, yes. But our contact from now on is a woman.
What? Are you serious? I had no idea. What is that about?
Well, it's kind of a long story if you really want to know all of it. But I think that you should get back to the office. There is something big going on here.
What do you mean? What's going on? Can't you just tell me?
Well, don't you remember that today we're supposed to have that online meeting between our two companies? Your dad is supposed to give a speech.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Right, so you better hurry back here as soon as you can.
But I still just... Oh man, I mean... How? How are you this poor? It still blows my mind. I mean, can anyone even live in a house like that? What is up with that?
Hello again, Kim. I see that you are still choosing to message me on my days off.
I mean, do you really live there? I just can't believe it. It's crazy that someone could actually live in a shack like that.
Let me just check with you really quick. Are you talking about that house not far off Main Street, near the nice house made of wood?
Yeah, that's right. Is that really your place? It looks like a tiny little shack.
I thought that might be what you were talking about.
So tell me, just how do you even fit in a place like that? I mean, how does it feel to be that poor? Does it leak on rainy days? It seriously just looks like a doghouse.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it is. A doghouse.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? It's a doghouse?
Yeah, that's right. I have 2 pretty big dogs, actually. But my kid and I live in the big house just behind the doghouse.
Hold on. Are you for real? Like, no lie?
That's right. I thought about putting their house in the backyard, but the truth is that I love those dogs and want them to be the first things I see coming home from work. So I decided to build their home in front of my own. But you are right that it is getting quite old. I was actually thinking of rebuilding it pretty soon here.
So then, I don't get it. Your house is...
I can understand how you wouldn't think it was a front lawn since it's so big. But yes, that nice house just behind the doghouse is my real house.
Hold on. I don't believe it. I walked all the way around the block and there is no way that this is all just one property. I mean, you're poor. You shouldn't be able to afford this much.
Seriously, just what are you talking about?
I mean, the house. It's so stylish and well built and, well, it's amazing. Besides, I know where I've seen this house before. Isn't this our parent company's CEO's house?
Ah, so you're starting to piece things together? Good for you.
But I don't get it. You're not related to that family. I mean, your last names are different. So what are you doing claiming that this is your house?
Well, you probably didn't know this, but Marshall is my mother's maiden name.
But I don't get it. Why wouldn't you want to take your mom's name then? I mean, just think of the prestige.
Sorry, I guess I'll think about that next time I'm in the mood to change my name. And I suppose since I've gone this far, I may as well let you in on another secret.
What is it? What more could you possibly have to say?
Well, I'm actually next in line to take over our parent company.
Wait. You can't be serious about that, right?
That's right. My uncle does have sons of his own, but since I'm in the family, he still considers me in the running. He let me start at our company with the promise that it wouldn't be long before I became management. But I'm starting lower so that I can understand how the job really works.
I don't believe this.
Well, you should feel lucky. There aren't many people that know who I really am in the office. But it won't be long before I'm pushed up to upper management to learn the skills that I'll need to be CEO. In fact, next week will be our last week working together.
Wait, so then, why wear the cheap suits? Why not go all out on fancy branded items?
They just never really appealed to me. I mean, what do they do that regular clothes can't? I guess I just never really saw the value in putting on airs with nice brands. Besides, all it would do is make me seem like a show-off given my family.
Aha! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew that you always seemed a little off compared to the other new hires. I knew that something was up with you.
What do you mean by that?
Not just a feeling. Feelings! Do you think you would want to date me?
Excuse me? You can't be serious about that, right?
Please? Just think. Then I'll be connected to the family that runs our parent company. It'll be amazing. I mean, surely you'll need a wife, right? And who better than someone as beautiful and charming as me? I am the perfect choice.
I really don't know about that one.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with me?
I mean, you did an about face there pretty quickly. I don't really trust that.
Oh, please, don't be like this. You're just being difficult.
By the way, I am guessing that you didn't know this, but I'm already married.
Wait, you are? I had no idea that you were already married.
Well, I am. And just in case you were worried, my wife is an amazing, charming, elegant woman. So I basically have all those things covered already.
Well, what about the CEO's sons? Surely one of them must be single and looking for a woman like me to show off at all of the elegant parties that he must go to, right? Can't you just introduce me to at least one of them? Please!
Sorry, but I think they might be a little out of your league, to be honest.
How can you say that? I mean, I haven't even met them. What if they take a serious liking to me? You can't just write me off like that. What is the matter with you? Why are you being so mean to me right now?
I mean, all you ever do at work all day is slack off. And what about this latest stunt you tried to pull?
What do you mean? I didn't even do anything. You can't just accuse me of things without proof.
Really? Nothing? You literally tried to steal a client right out from under me. You do know that you're going to be fired for that, right? Did you really think you would get away with that?
Fired? Who do you think you are, you poor little nobody? Don't you know who I am? I'll have your head for this. You'll regret the day you tried to mess with me. I mean, no, wait, that isn't what I mean. I'm sorry for everything. I didn't mean any of what I just said. Please, you have to forgive me. Don't have me fired. I need this job. Please, you can't do this to me.
Anyways, I guess we'll talk on Monday at work. After that, my doorbell started ringing almost nonstop. I checked the front door camera and told Kim that I would call the police if she didn't leave, and that seemed to do the trick. Later at work, we sat down with HR and talked about the way Kim had been behaving. Not just to me, but also toward others. She was fired. Her father was furious, but thankfully, my counterpart at his company sat him down and explained to him the importance of the contract, as well as maintaining good relations with me. I guess it's pretty easy to see where Kim got her attitude from, though. I hear that she was shipped off to live with family in the countryside, where she lives a simple, quiet life. Although I'm sure if past Kim could see herself now, she would be laughing and calling herself a poor sucker.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. See you next time.